what would you like to get even better at, as a person, as a communicator, as a leader, as in any way? You can take that in any direction. What would you like to get even better at?
Well, I think I need to read your book, Just Listen, because I think one of the skills I need to get better at is definitely listening. I think it's true in my personal life. I think it's true in my professional endeavors. I think sometimes we get inundated with just things to do every day. We get so busy that sometimes we don't take the time to actually sit down and listen to what someone's trying to say, or when you are trying to listen, your mind is somewhere else. So I think that is a skill of just being in that moment, listening to what that person is saying and giving them your full attention is something I definitely need to work on.
So I want to give you, Just Listen's in 28 languages. It was published in 2009. It actually became the top book on listening in the world, probably because it's in all those languages. But my thinking on listening has evolved, and I'm going to give you an exercise I would like you to try, if you're willing, if you like it. And it's called and it's not in Just Listen. It's evolved since then. Just Listen was written in 2009. And it's the HUVA exercise, HUVA. And you can actually look up HUVA and my name, and you'll find people have written blogs about it. And what HUVA stands for is heard, understood, valued, and added value. So the way you use it is once a day, pick a conversation in which you want to be 100% present. And so you intentionally say, it's going to be this one with my wife, this one with my kids, or this one, with the people I work with. So, and you're going to rate yourself after the conversation from their point of view. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do they feel heard out versus you changing the subject or just saying, that's very interesting, but not really being present? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do they feel understood? And the way you demonstrate that is when they say something that has a little emotion in it, or they use hyperbole like awful or amazing or terrible. And after they say that, you could say a little bit more about the terrible. Say a little bit more about the amazing. And you let them open up even more. And then V is on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do they feel valued? So when you're listening to them, see the value in what they're saying. And you might even point out to them, that's really remarkable what you just said. How did you come up with that? And they'll tell you about that. And then the final A is on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you add value to what they said? And you can do that by bringing up something they said and saying, have you ever thought of using that somewhere else, or doing something with that? And when you do that, if you can practice it, and if you notice how they are in the conversation, you're going to leave the conversation and you're actually going to feel great about yourself, because you'll say, I was totally there for them. And so it's like building a muscle. Mm-hmm. But when I've asked people to do it for 1 week, just once a day with one conversation, a number of people have said, it's changed me. Well, how? I'm a better person.